Well, hello, dear viewer. 'Tis Unclejona here once again, sailing the seas of beer. Um, and it's been, I, wow, I'm so tired. It's been a crazy day. Um, I do a job, obviously. Well, not obviously. I could be retired for all you know, dear viewer. But no, I work. I'm a working man. Um, And I was doing training. I was doing a training session today with 10, 11, 12-ish people. And I was delivering the training. Now, that's not the bad thing because I used to do that all the time. I was good at training and I like to think that I still am, but who knows? Beauty, as they say, dear viewer, is in the eye of the beholder. Um, and sometimes my eyes go a bit funny like that. Anyhow, um, I was doing it paired up with my manager actually, very nice chap, um, and yeah, he didn't show up for work, so I kind of had half the day planned, and the other half I hadn't even seen before. So I was trying to like do it on the fly, and I did tell everyone that that was what was going to happen, but my goodness, it really takes it out of you, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, time for a beer. Enough of that shenanigans. And it is this bad boy. Whoops. It is BrewDog. Um, Not really my kind of thing. And this beer is called King Crush. It was on offer in the supermarket, and I decided to get it. It is a mango and passion fruit double milkshake IPA, whatever that means. A kingdom of flavour awaits, and there is far too much stuff on there. On the side of the can, and I don't really want to disturb too much, but needless to say, it is 8.5%. It has got, oh God, it has got oats and wheat, torrefied wheat in there, fantastic. And it has Citra. No surprise there. The most common hop in the world for the common man. King Crush. There we go. 8.5. It says again. Citra, Mosaic, and Talus hops. Every time I see Talus, my brain thinks Thallus. So yeah, that says a lot about me. Anyway, if you're new to this channel, that's the kind of tomfoolery and nonsense that I talk. But I do drink beer, and I'm going to drink an 8.5% beer, near enough, for your pleasure, for your delectation. And let the tasting begin. We have got the straight-sided glass because this is a big can. It's a 440 can, almost an American pint. Not quite, but almost there. And not far off a British pint, actually. There we go. A bit disappointed with the lack of head on that bad boy. But never mind, dear viewer. Right, should we do something like that? Or should we do that? I like that. It's a kind of king, as in a king card. Move that slightly to the side. There we go. And a cheeky grin. Because that is what we do on this channel. Wow, really, really nice aroma. Now, I have to say, that does not look like a milkshake to me. Okay, it's not, you can't see through it. It's definitely a hazy beer, but I don't know. I mean, I can see light through this bad boy. Um, I've seen a lot thicker milkshake IPAs, and for this to be a double milkshake, maybe it's a double IPA, and then the milkshake is not the double bit. But double milkshake to me means thick, extra thick shake of doom. Look at that, the head has vanished. It was a fingernail's worth of head, but it's very, very very small. This is not unheard of for strong beers to lose their head pretty quickly, um, and not unusual for a very hoppy beer too. And I suspect that's the case. Wow, there's ridiculous aromas coming off. It smells like a juice, a pint of juice. So we're getting things tropicalness, no doubt coming from the mosaic and talus. I'm getting things like passion fruit. I'm getting melon, getting big melon. You know, we like big melons. I'm getting a bit of a boozy aroma too. Yeah, lots of tropicalness. Let's dive in, dear viewer. Oh, if you like the said tomfoolery about this channel, please consider clicking like. Um, well, click like, definitely. Consider subscribing to the channel, and then you will be part of the madness, part of the Johnner army, sailing the seas of beer, as I said at the beginning. Cheers and beers. It's been a long day. Oh, wow. Wow. That is very juicy. My God. That does taste like I'm drinking juice. I was thinking maybe it's double because it's double dry hopped or something like that. But this is tasting like juice, which is unusual um, coming from those hops, especially the Citra. Um, it has got a good deal of residual sweetness to it. Again, for the amount of hops in there, for the amount of alcohol in there, very interesting. I believe this has got some dextrin in, or dextrin malt, perhaps. And anything with dex is to do with dextrose, obviously, which is a sugar. So maybe that's where the residual sugar, the unfermentable sugar in that case, is coming from, which is really interesting. It's got oats and wheat in there. Um, there is a bit of creaminess, but not much, dear viewer, not much at all. Um, but enough to take the edge off that obscene hoppiness, and it's hop oil um, in the form of juice. Absolutely nuts. And the alcohol, I can taste the alcohol kind of condensing on the back of my throat, and it's kind of it's kind of formed in my breath as well. Um, this one would be, I mean, it's a summer beer, obviously, but this is the kind of thing, and I've spoken about this before when I used to go out. When I used to go out in the days that we did go out, dear viewer, and especially autumn time when there were mists around, and you'd have a few beers because back in those days I could drink a few beers, not 8.5% beers, because they're hard to find in pubs. You'd probably find it in the BrewDog pub, no doubt. Um, very expensive, the BrewDog pubs. I don't know why that is. Um, but you'd have 5 or 6 beers and talk old toot with your friends, maybe smoke a cigar or some cigarettes back in the day before I got cancer. Um, and don't smoke, dear viewer, because cancer is horrible. But I used to smoke. And then on the way home, very cheery, I'd step out of the pub into the cold sort of October, November evening, perhaps even into December, and your alcoholic breath would form clouds in the same way as vaping does today. Um, yeah, it was really weird. We used to create our own clouds from our alcoholic breath. Um, and that's how I know that this beer is quite alcoholic. Wow, that was my first sip. Ooh, where's this going to lead me? Ooh. There is something verdant in there too, and maybe that verdant taste, maybe that's the citra. I'm wondering if they have put, they don't actually say, but I'm wondering if they've put some sort of special yeast to form interesting combinations, interesting um, interactions, shall we say, between the yeast and the hops used. It is the new kind of thing, dear viewer. This is a thing that will happen a lot more. I'm just looking at the BrewDog. I believe it. Yes, I have been onto the BrewDog website. I know, I know, I know. As a company, I don't really like BrewDog. However, the beers do actually speak for themselves. So, can one love a beer yet not love the brewer? Pardon me. Quite carbonated too. This has been in the fridge for a while. That is the other thing. Um, so perhaps when this warms up, it will be even more floral, which is absolutely nuts. Yeah, there's some lovely kind of things in there. So let's think about this. Tropical fruits, we're talking things like kind of pulpy things. So I'm getting pineapple, I'm getting mango, um, passion fruit, sort of guava kind of thing. All sorts of amazing things, and these things are all melon as well. I'm getting melon. All these things are coming from the talus and talus, ugh, talus phallus, the talus and the mosaic hops. So where's the citra? It's bizarre. The only thing I can think is either they've added the citra very early on, just for the bittering, and this is not a bitter beer. I would say this is a sweet beer, if anything. I've just noticed they're calling this on their BrewDog website a double IPA. Um, but definitely on there it says, oh, it even says mango and passion fruit double milkshake IPA. So maybe if you take the milkshake out, because this is not really a milkshake beer, double IPA, I would well believe that. I might even be tempted. And BrewDog are not going to be listening to a small channel like mine. Dear viewer, please click subscribe, raise the channel, appease the YouTube gods, and maybe BrewDog will start listening to me. And if you're listening, BrewDog, Jesus Christ, take a look in the mirror. But you do some good beers. Um, this is not a milkshake IPA in my book. Double IPA? Yeah, damn right. Oh, yeah, interestingly, the verdant kind of thing going on must be the citra. Right, we can now turn this on its side because this is empty. We have got BrewDog, it says. King Crush, 8.4%. 440 can. How ridiculous is that? Well, that's upside down. That's annoying. Some things are this way up, some things are the other way up. A kingdom of flavour awaits, and it does, dear viewer. Does this say anything good, or is it just the ingredients? It is just the ingredients, isn't it? Oh, and we've got it in Chinese as well. Fantastic. Are there any pregnant ladies? I'm always looking for the pregnant ladies. You know how we roll on this channel, dear viewer. Oh, there she is. There she blows. Next to the sort of weird Chinese symbol, right down at the bottom there. Pregnant. Avoid the pregnant ladies. It's a life thing, you know. Thank me later, dear viewer. Avoid the pregnant ladies at all costs. Um, I don't know why they put that on cans. Well, I do know. They basically say if you're pregnant, don't drink an 8.5% beer. But Jesus Christ, like common sense, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I am going to enjoy the effects as the alcohol gets absorbed into my bloodstream, dear viewer. Unclejona will return with another beer review real soon.